Hey, what is going on out there, you beautiful YouTube peoples? It is your boy D Bellboy, the Black Ranger, coming at you with a new hero video. So on the last video, we took a look at the slow but hard-hitting Minotaurus. He's pretty much the Terminator, if I had to say anything about him. You cycle between his armor, movement speed, and attack speed debuffs on your enemies, and then you pretty much club them to death. No Rob Dugan. Google it. A quick aside here though, I would like to take this time, like we always do in these videos, to tell you all thank you. Thank you, 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 like times 5 plus like 30 times infinity thank you. All the maths in the world, thank you. It's a small milestone right now, but as of this video, you all have helped me hit 25 subscribers, and it really means a lot to me. I know most of you all are thinking, oh, it's a small goal, but honestly, to me, it's actually a big step forward for where I want to be and what I want to do with this channel. So going forward from here, the next goal is to try to see if we can hit that 50 subscriber mark here on the channel. And you know, like always, if you guys like the videos, like the video here, go ahead, thumbs it up or not, because like I always keep saying, I'm just happy with you guys watching and conversing with you in the comments section, as well as if you guys that are watching and do like the video, if you guys are fans of what I'm doing here and want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit the bell, so that way you guys can always get updated when I upload new content. Alright now, so for today's hero, we are going to have to hit the blacktop to see if we can go ahead and take the checkered flag. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to the double trouble duo of Mitch and Cuth. Okay, so here we have Mitch and Cuth. They are rated as assassins. So now let's go ahead and hit up that lore and backstory now, shall we? Ace drivers of the Road Rage Club and reigning champions of 12 consecutive championships, Mitch and Cuth are brothers who rose to fame through this deadly yet lucrative event. On the barren planet of Mizel, the sound of booming engine and echoes of explosions always mean one thing: Ethan and Evan are headed your way in their car. Barely have you gotten a good look at the pair of brothers when they'd have whipped past you, leaving you in the dust. For centuries, the inhabitants of Mizel have had a fascination for race car battles. Even though legends surrounding this planet-wide event has been greatly exaggerated, more and more people flood to join or spectate this increasingly dangerous sport. Here, a racing team's firepower and its driver's skill can be translated into wealth and station in the social order. As to the aforementioned Ethan and Evan, they are the reigning champions of this event for the past 12 tournaments. If you want to tell them apart, an easy way is to look at the goggles. The older brother wears yellow goggles and he is the driver. The younger brother wears green goggles and is on the guns. There are many versions when it comes to their origin story, many of which have been embellished by PR firms. As to the truth, it's actually quite simple. Years ago, the ZPT Corp was attracted by this lethal yet lucrative event on Mizel. They turned this event from a Mizel exclusive event into an intergalactic one. They also created the Road Rage Club that recruits and trains potential racers. This is exactly how Ethan and Evan got into the game. Racers have to follow the traditions before each match and craft their own ride. You can install any equipment on your ride as long as you can get your hands on them. Ethan and Evan, with the support of the ZPT Corps at their disposal, added deadly weapons and powerful defensive gadgets to their ride. However, when a couple of major accidents took place, ZPT was forced to put sanctions on certain devices of mass destruction. Ethan and Evan's invincible ride and their unrivaled skill won them 24 tournament championships. ZPT made a tremendous amount of money, and the brothers received fame and renown across the stars. When the temporal vortex was discovered, the ZPT Corps wanted to become a part of the Joint Alliance, but this attempt was foiled by the Pantheon. So they planted Ethan and Evan as a mole within the Joint Alliance. The brothers joined as the most skilled and lethal racers of Road Rage Club under the guise to assist in the Alliance war efforts. So as you can see, it looks like they still they still haven't updated all the old lore with the new names, because their old names were Ethan and Evan. So since they are a pair, that is, it's gonna translate over. Since they are a pair, it's going to translate over in them skills. Exactly. So they are the trick with this character is that they are actually played by two people. So as you heard, one does the driving, the other does the shooting. However, you both have access to abilities. So on the left, we're gonna start with Mitch here. So Mitch's first ability is Scorching Beam. A beam of magic deals continuous damage to enemies in its path. Cast this skill again after 1 second to cancel the beam. The energy cost respectively is 45, 60, 75, and 90 with a cooldown of 18 seconds. His second skill is Bouncing Bomb. Lobs a bomb that bounces 3 times towards the target area, dealing energy damage to enemies. The energy cost for that is 25, and the cooldown respectively is 5 seconds, 4, 3, and 2. His third skill is Purifying Shield. It generates a shield and cleanses debuffs. The energy cost for that is 75. And the cooldown respectively is 15 seconds, 14, 13, and 12. And lastly, Mitch's skill 4, or his ultimate, is Interference Matrix. Create a force field that greatly reduces enemy speed. The energy cost for that is 100, and the cooldown respectively is 70 seconds, 60, and 50. So more so Mitch is there, with Mitch being the driver. As you can see from his kit, he's kind of clearing the not so much clearing the way, but he's trying to get ahead in the race, if you could say. He's kind of straight up, he's your wheelman, so he's kind of looking out at everybody, make sure he can kind of take the smoothest path. You can tell by the with the bouncing bomb, it's going to an area. It's going to blow up whoever that area is, so he can get in. The Purifying Shield is going to give him a shield, as well as it cleanses the debuff. It allows him to catch his skill 4, the Matrix allows him to actually catch up to enemies if they're running away. The beam just deals continuous damage. So again, it's all he's your catch up guy. He's dealing with all the driving aspect. So moving on to Cuth now. Cuth's first ability is Hovercraft. Engages flight mode to pass through terrain, increasing 3% movement speed with every 100 distance covered. The energy cost on that is 50, and the cooldown respectively is 28 seconds, 24, 20, and 16. His second skill is Gas Pedal. Rushes forward after a brief charge, knocking away enemies hit. The energy cost on that is 50, and the cooldown is a static 10 seconds. The third ability is Proximity Mines. So for Proximity Mines, it deploys 3 landmines for 1.25 seconds that detonate when enemies are in proximity, damaging and slowing them. And then lastly, his ultimate or skill 4 is Self-Detonation. Turns on the self-destructive device. Vehicle starts to burn and eventually explodes, dealing massive damage to surrounding units and self. Enters repair mode after explosion. Player 1 will not be able to use any skills. It becomes operational once more after 4 seconds. So essentially having the actually, I take it back. That the name should be swapped around. Should be swapped around there. Now that I look at the skills, I thought it was just first was first, and then second was second. So no, it's not. It's the opposite way around, because these are the weapons over here. So this is Cuth, and then this is Mitch, because these are all the drive. Like, looking at it, these are all the driving abilities. So I apologize for that. There we go. It is fixed now. There we go. So yeah. So yeah, Mitch is Mitch is actually doing the driving. So it engages the flight mode. So that way you can actually go through terrain. Now when it says going through terrain, I'm actually wondering because they haven't shown, I haven't seen like the actual full setup of the map, but I wonder if you could actually, like, if it lets you go over the rocks, because I know, like, when it comes to like skills, you can leverage certain skills that allow you to like pass, like to jump through rocks and everything. So I'm assuming, like with this one, once you activate it, you can actually go through rocks and everything, and people can't follow you. Gas pedal in and of itself is exactly that. You rush forward, you knock away enemies. The proximity mines keep people away from you, and it slows them down, so you can you can maneuver. And then the self detonation, pretty much self-explanatory. You press the button, you run in, and then you diva them from Overwatch. So yeah, nice little back and forth playoff of each other. Mitch kind of does the driving. Cuth has all the weapons there, as well as with Cuth popping. Cuth can pop that shield that cleanses and debuff to kind of keep Mitch going. Mitch has the proximity mines to keep people off of them, while because honestly, what you could probably pop that before the self detonation. That way, while you're being repaired, you can slow them down from getting too close. So nice little interplay between each of them. So next up, we're going to take a look at the loadout for them. So the first item that you want to take is Atomic Booster. The cost is 5,100 gold. It gives plus 40 attack damage, plus 300 health, plus 300 energy, as well as plus 5 health regen and plus 3 energy regen, as well as giving plus 17% cooldown reduction with the passive Ground Zero. After using an ability, the next basic attack made within 5 seconds deal 30 plus whatever your attack damage is times 0.4 additional damage in a 225 radius around the target. Medusa Shield costs 3,800 gold, gives plus 25 attack damage, plus 50 armor. The active on that is Energy Flux. It grants the wearer immunity to all energy effects for 5 seconds. Third, you have the Plasma Blaster. It costs 5,350 gold. It gives plus 80 attack damage, plus 20% critical chance, and the passive on that is Deadly Strike. Increases crit damage by 50%. The Devil's Mutation, which costs 4,900 gold. It gives plus 30 attack damage, plus 20% attack speed, plus 17% lifesteal. Its active is Battle Madness. It grants the wearer 15% increased movement speed and 55 increased attack speed for 8 seconds. The cooldown is 30 seconds, and the energy cost is 25. And its passive is Ruthless. Each basic attack deals additional true damage equal to 3.5% of the target's current health. The movement item for them is Magenta Treads. It costs 2,350 gold. It gives plus 80 movement speed, plus 20 attack damage, and plus 30% attack speed. And then lastly, you take Stormcaller, which costs 5,800 gold. It gives plus 45 attack damage, plus 30% attack speed, plus 15% crit chance. With a passive Thunderstorm, basic attacks have a 25% chance of releasing a bolt of lightning that bounces 3 times, dealing 120 energy damage. So, honestly, overall, all of these items aren't half bad, because again, like you have two people pretty much playing on one character. So Stormcaller, you've got 8 abilities. It's pretty much gonna with Stormcaller, whoever's playing Cuth is gonna end up procking that one. But what was Atomic. I meant to get at Atomic Booster. With Atomic Booster, you have 8 skills. So literally, what after every skill that you activate, the basic attack, you've got about you've got like a significant amount of additional damage that you can do in a radius there to kind of buff that the extra skills. Like honestly, you could probably think of it. Yeah, you can think of it like a pulse, an extra pulse wave added on to the vehicle. So just almost like another, it's almost technically like another skill that they can use. The same thing with Thunderstorm. They're attacking. It has a chance that the basic attack has a chance to release a lightning bolt. So technically, when you're looking at this, it's like, well, actually no. Add in Devil's Mutation with its passive and its battle and the battle madness. You might as well go ahead and say they've got like they've got like 12. You might as well go ahead and say they have 12 skills between the two of them. So nice overall synergizing on the kit. Don't really need to go over Medusa Shield again. Medusa Shield is self-explanatory, but yeah, the Devil's Mutation with the Battle Madness go ahead speeds them up as well as gives them the attack speed, and then on top of that they deal the true damage on their basic attack. So not too shabby at all for the kit that they're running. And then lastly here we're looking at the skill order. So the skill order that you're seeing here is going to be for the top skill for both of them. They just have the image of Scorching Beam, but I'm assuming that since it's both hero skills, you have to whichever you take it upgrades for both. We won't know until we actually the game comes out. We'll actually see though. But yeah, Scorching Beam / Hovercraft, you're gonna take that at level 3 respectively. The beam just the beam just straight up shoots out. The hovercraft is just their movement option. Take it at level 3. Don't really need to worry about getting a Scorching Beam up till about mid game. Hovercraft, and then the hovercraft adds in that extra movement, the movement over the terrain at levels 8, 9, and 10. Bouncing bomb. Again, that's going to be the main. That's going to be your main damage skill, along with the gas pedal. You're going to ram bouncing bomb, throw out the bomb, hit enemies in front of you in the target area. Gas pedal, you're going to ram into people and knock them back and kind of get them off you. Again, you want to take those. You're going to take those the rest of those levels really early because you want to go ahead and power those up. Because again, that's pretty much they're going to be the bread and butter for both of those. As you see, level 4, 5, and 7 going to easily knock those out. Then the Purifying Shield, you're going to want to take that at level 2. Proximity Mines, the Proximity Mines as well. The Purifying Shield, like it says, it gives knocks off that debuff, or sorry, it knocks off debuffs for you. So really useful, especially in the early game, since anybody with like CCs or movement impairing or attack impairing kind of debuffs can end up hurting you, and it really nice to take that early. And then, as you can see, for level 12, 13, and 14, you're going to end up taking those the rest of those late game, so that way you can deal more damage with the Prox Mine as well as slow them down more. And then Purifying Shield allows for the faster debuff removal as well. And then as you can see, like always, the skill 4 for the Interference Matrix and the Self Detonation, you will take those respectively at level 6, level 11, and level 16. So that is going to be Mitch. This is this video ran a little bit longer than normal, but essentially it ran a little longer because you have to cover 2 sets of skills rather than the normal 1 set of 4 skills. So again, nice character. They have really good interplay off of each other as far as the driving skills, getting you over the terrain, setting up the proximity mine so they can slow enemies down. You have the self-destruct button, you know, in case of like emergency, and then whoever's playing Cuth, essentially Mitch, which he was doing the driving, is going to end up setting Cuth up to be in a safe position to use the scorching beam to attack people, to throw out the bouncing bomb to destroy anybody, or just using the interference matrix to slow people down, so that way the skills his attacks do hit. So again, nice little interplay between the both of them to make up that one single hero. And so now that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Again, if you like the video, go ahead and give it that thumbs up. If not, you don't have to, because like I said, I'm happy that you guys are watching and talking to me down in the comments. As well as if you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe, and make sure you hit the bell so you can get notified whenever I upload. Also, again, just want to say it again, thank you guys for helping me hit the 25 subscriber mark, and now we're looking to try to hit 50 in these next coming days. And like that, guys, I'm gone. And remember, we're always good like grandma's cookies.